Hello, everyone. My name is Black Tiez, your co-host, and we have...
Hunter, aka xHooligan.
Man, I forgot we're supposed to do our names. Gosh dang it. But today we are actually going to be talking about a topic. We are going to see which platform might be better if you're starting off streaming out of the three main head competitions. And who are those?
Streaming, content creating, you're going to do YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch.
Yep. So essentially, we are going to be talking about two of them at first because they're kind of similar. Where one, we have an oddball out, but it's at the top of the game on streaming, which is a little bit crazy. But we have a couple of statistics that we have up. If you guys are tuning into the YouTube, we go live here as the Geek Weekly goes. It'll also be live on Twitch under xHooligan. It should be next week. But I'm going to have Hooligan start on this first topic under the Facebook. So go ahead.
Facebook. So, I don't know, there's a lot of things, pros and cons to each one. But definitely Facebook. I think starting out, everybody has a Facebook. Your mom, your dad, your grandma, your kids. Literally everybody in the world has a Facebook. So, with that being said, you're obviously going to get a lot more exposure than a lot of the other ones. It's like you get your network. Your mom follows you, then her best friend follows you, her kid, then her kid's dad, son. Everybody can see you. You're being able to be put out there to way more people on Facebook. As more so than other stuff like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But definitely, I mean, the first biggest thing for Facebook is just the huge platform it is. So
yeah. So we have the statistics pulled up here. There is about 2.85 billion users on Facebook. Seems like a crazy number for at least live streaming purposes. You got 2.85 billion people to stream out to. But the market for the Facebook gaming is very limited. People don't go for Facebook just for watching live content.
Yeah, true.
They look at photos. They see if their grandma's having another kid, which shouldn't, but all that. See, I told you, we don't know where this is going to go. But, yeah. So with that, it's very a small window. There is a lot of benefits, just like Hooligan said about the sharing. You get your family to share. They share. It can continue on. The more shares you get, the more reactions you get, the higher you go up on that list.
Yep.
But in my opinion, it feels like there's a roof, and you can't get past that roof. Like YouTube, people go there for content. Twitch, people go there for live streaming. I feel like it's easy to get discovered on Facebook. However, you're very limited because people aren't going there for that in particular reason.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, if you're in the market, you want to be discovered very easily, but you don't. There's a cap. Like you can't. A lot of people don't think, "Oh, I'm going to be a Facebooker one day."
Yeah, get on Facebook and go. Like you said, you're checking on your brother, your sister, your best friend, what's going on in their lives. You're not going there to actually be watching streams and whatnot. But also, I think another good thing about Facebook is like you're more personable on Facebook. So if I get on YouTube, it's a username, Black Tiez or whoever. When you're on Facebook, you're going to be more personable. Someone's going to be like, hey, this guy, Hunter or Ambrose, let's see his page. And he's like, oh, he's got a gaming page. So that you're not as, I don't know, like to me, it's not as like stardomy, which I feel like people are more personable to, which could be a good thing for streaming or your creations because people can be more relatable to you. You're more of a person, more personable. Yeah, I definitely think that's another good point about Facebook that a couple of the other ones won't have as much. But you know, there's a bunch of different stuff, give and take.
Hey, who knows? Your ex-girlfriend might want to look up on you.
You never know. Yeah.
But yeah, very personable. If you went to jail, everyone knows it on your family. They could post down your, all that stuff, and you're going to be worried about all of that on Facebook. But I do have a Facebook page. I haven't streamed. I would definitely want to give it an attempt because I do believe if you're wanting to become in this line of work a content creator, you need to post on many places as you can. That could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be Snapchat, it could be YouTube, Twitch, OnlyFans if you want.
Anywhere,
like,
yeah.
anywhere.
The more content you get out there, the better you're gonna have a chance to get seen or get the word out there that you're doing this or that, for sure.
So, yeah. But other than that, it's a little bit weird on the Facebook. The discoverability is great, but the only issue I have with trying to live stream on Facebook and YouTube, you're going to get paid way more, no matter what. Like ads on Facebook and on YouTube, you get paid a lot more than Twitch. But trying to direct traffic from your Facebook to your YouTube, I just don't see that common. Like you have to push that fact really hard. The same for Twitch. If you're live streaming on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and you're trying to push people to your Instagram, your content, you're going to have to say it multiple times to push people, right?
Yeah, it's more like a targeted thing. If someone's going to Twitch, they want to go there to watch live streaming. They're not going there to be like, well, let me go find this guy's Facebook or go find this guy's Instagram. That's a pretty good point there also.
So, Facebook Gaming bought out Mixer, which Mixer is a dead platform. It died last year, mid of last year. Which Mixer was a very small, kind of almost in the sense of Facebook Gaming before Facebook Gaming kind of went to the third position. Just, it consumed it. So with that being said, I don't know. I think Facebook is going to be around. Of course, Facebook's never going to die. I mean, it lost a lot of popularity back in probably 2010, I believe. But they are making moves. They have bought in a couple new big streamers to come in to stream for them. So we'll see how well the market for the Facebook streaming goes. Yeah, but do we
That's
have
another thing on there? Yeah, remember on Facebook we said that it's the one platform that you can actually pay for them to advertise your gaming page and whatnot for you. Also, the other ones don't offer that. So if you have a little extra money and you're trying to become, known, I think it's $10, 10, 15, and 25, I believe, and it'll kind of run your ads through different people's Facebook if they're searching for that kind of gaming stuff. So that's one cool option you have.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess it's safe to say, new streamers, content creators, Facebook would probably be a pretty decent one for beginning, just to try to get your name and stuff out there, I would think. So
as far as usability goes, like as an interface, I don't know how well it works. I heard good things about it. I heard bad things about it. I think it's a personal preference. In my opinion, I've only streamed on Twitch and YouTube. That's the only platforms I streamed on. So I would just tinker around with the Facebook if you want to go that route and see how well you guys like it. I'm planning on attempting a little bit of play. I'll probably play around with it a little. Probably won't make it my main. I don't know yet. But we'll see where it goes. I don't know how. Do you know anything about the DMCA stuff on it? Did you hear anything about it?
I'm not sure about that on there, no.
I did hear that if you're going to plan on live streaming to Facebook, don't expect them to have your back worth anything. Like, they will throw you under the bus. Like, they got their piece of pie, and they're taking in. That's it. Don't expect anything else from them, is what I heard. But
and you're kind of limited on there too as far as time. Like, if we want to hop on YouTube or Twitch, we can stream for 12 hours straight if we want to. Facebook, you're capped until you start getting more people following you. So that's another con to it for sure. Is if you're ready to set up and stream for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, I think it cuts you off at an hour when you're beginning. I believe it's the longest you can stream on there is an hour.
Okay. So let's go over the pros of Facebook very fast, and then we'll go over the cons, and then we'll move to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with the pros. I'll have you say the pros.
Pros for sure would be like how easy it is to get found. It's just a humongous ecosystem of friends, family. You're going to be very easily found in there and followed on there for sure. Then number 2, the cool thing is, I always think that's cool. You can pay a little bit of money. It sucks you having to pay, but free advertising through your friends and family, or you're going to pay the $10 and get advertised through them. Definitely. I think it's an easy platform. I think everybody knows how to use Facebook. So it shouldn't be too hard to set up and get yourself going on there, whatever. And yeah, as far as that goes, those are that'd be the top 3 for me for sure that would push me more to use a Facebook than anything else.
I'll go over the cons. Bear of bad news. So the cons definitely, with Facebook not backing you up, definitely a con. If I don't know how they're treating the DMCA strikes, but if it's anything that I've heard, yeah, that's a bad deal. The second one for my take on it, if the cap, the bar is only set so high for Facebook gaming, and there's not really a way that you can surpass it. I believe you can make a living. However, I don't think you become famous off of it without doing other things. The last one, as Hooligan said, the time frame. If you can't stay for a certain amount of time, it kind of almost puts you into like, hey, this is your start time, this is your end time. No matter what, you have to end at this time. Or you, like, if you start a couple minutes late, I guess you can end a little bit late, but only by that time frame. So, not like where YouTube, you can stream for hours. Twitch, you can stream for hours. Facebook, preset in stone. If it, let's say, for example, like 3 hours, that's all you can stream, those 3 hours.
Hope you don't have any issues or problems you gotta fix once you start, because then you're done for.
Yep. But those are the pros and cons of Facebook. We're moving right along to YouTube. So do you want me to do the pros or do you want me to do the cons?
Either or, doesn't matter. Go. Up to you.
We'll go back and forth. We'll actually go ahead and switch over to the YouTube. So there's about 2.3 billion users on YouTube. With YouTube, it's backed up by Google, which we all know Google. Unless you're living under a rock or a caveman, Google is the number one platform.
Google runs the world.
Yeah, Google runs the world. I have Google set up in my house. Some people have Alexa, but YouTube and Google, they collide. The good thing about YouTube is very discoverability. Their discoverability is very high, but you have to learn the algorithm to it. You have to get a thumbnail. You have to get a description. You have to get a catchy name for the title. All those play a factor into it. But in my opinion, and me and Hooligan talked about it before the live stream, as you were a kid, if you want to go in this line of work, no one ever said that they want to become a Facebooker or they want to become a Twitcher. They said, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yep. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
We got a comment saying, nah, Bing is where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in that conversation. But as I'll let you go over the cons if you need help with the cons. I actually stream on YouTube as of recently. He streams on Twitch. You can find him at Hooligan, at twitch.tv/Hooligan. Find me at youtube.com/blackties. But yeah, the main thing is like getting discovered. The cap to YouTube is endless. That's where you get into the realm of like, if you make it, you're going to become famous. Take PewDiePie for example. PewDiePie is the number one single, because he's no longer the number one top, but he's the number one single person, not run by a company, on YouTube. And I don't even know how much users he has. But
dude's a multi-billionaire.
PewDiePie.
Just from YouTube.
I don't need to know his net worth. I just need a sub count. Sub count.
There's no telling what it is.
There's a live. We don't need live. I just need a rough estimate. So PewDiePie right now has 110 million subscribers.
That's insane. Literally
You
insane.
cannot tell me that this person is not famous. This person has so much money in the bank. I don't even think I can imagine it.
I think that's also another, like you said, that's a pretty good pro YouTube if that's what you're leading for. If you make it in YouTube, you're gonna be famous all around, because you get all those people on YouTube, they become YouTube famous, and then you got people wanting you in movies or music videos, modeling.
Take that for Valkyrie.
It's huge.
Valkyrie did a what's it called, a music video with MGK. So that was a big deal for her.
Oh yeah.
So
start out making videos in your bedroom, then you're in freaking Hollywood on the set of some multi-million-dollar rapper. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy what opportunities it can bring you if you actually put time and effort into it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have you go over the cons. I have a little bit more pros, but I want you to go over the cons of it.
Well, one of the cons I think for sure is obviously every time we're about to go streaming, there's a lot more setup every time you go to stream. You got to make your thumbnail. You got to make sure you get all that set up. You can't just, I can go on to Twitch, I go in there, type in my title, boom, I'm live. Obviously on YouTube, you got to do a lot more preparation and all that for it. So that's definitely a con, especially if we all have lives, day-to-day lives. You're at work, you got to go do this and that. You're trying to start your stream at this time. Oh no, I forgot this. Well, then you got to take extra time to make your thumbnail and do all that. So that's definitely another one. I think also being found, I think at first it's going to be tough because there's so many people on there. Getting your name and stuff out there, you're under one single name instead of like Facebook. You know, it's a huge web connected to people. YouTube, you're just one single name with a million other people out there. So I think that's another tough one, is trying to get recognized or found on there, start getting more subscribes and stuff like that. What else would it be besides that?
I think as far as live streaming goes, if we're just strictly saying live streaming, YouTube is not designed for live streaming content. I do believe that they're going to work on it. And I do believe that they could be the number one live streaming platform if they put the work into it. Fix the UI. The thumbnail and the description, it's not bad. I mean, like, once you get the hang of it and you make it, one thing I say is make a schedule. Schedules, you spend one day working on all your thumbnails at once because you know what you're doing, and just use those for the week. Me and Hooligan are actually working on a schedule right now, so we know how that is going right now, at least for me. But we have a hard time, so we are a variety stream. Like, he streams variety games, I stream variety games, and for YouTube purposes, it's hard doing a variety. I can't stick with one game for the life of me. But YouTube likes to see consistency through a game. So they want you to see one game all the time, or it won't recommend. There is exceptions to it, but that's why we also say no matter what lane you choose into this, you have to make other type of content. That's just facts. You're not going to grow if you do not make other content, and that's my opinion.
That's key for sure. Definitely, the more content you're putting out there, the better off you're going to be.
Mm. So
that's another con I could say, actually. So you brought that up a little bit, is I think the YouTube algorithm, learning that, getting likes, not just subscriptions, but you want to get likes so your videos get thrown into that more. I don't know myself how it all works, but it seems really complicated.
The path to affiliate or partner with YouTube, 10 times more intense than Twitch.
I can see that.
Twitch, you only need 3 concurring viewers and then 50 followers. Where YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and then is it 1,000? I think it's 1,000 subscribers if I'm not wrong. And then you need 4,000 hours, I believe, of watch time. I actually want to confirm that just in case, because
it's a lot of watch time too. I mean, obviously the more people watching, it adds up fast, but it's still a pretty good number.
Yeah, I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction.
I mean, 4,000 hours. I mean,
so yes, I am
Lord.
right. So it's 1,000 hours of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time.
Dang.
So there is a big gap that it's a lot harder to do. But once you get there, I think that you're working your way up.
Yeah, you get your foot in the door there, you get your feet planted in the sand, and you're on your way to doing pretty good. Like you said, I mean, the money, once you get up there, is phenomenal. You're not going to beat YouTube money. I mean, the sky's the limit when it comes to that, for sure. Like, definitely YouTube's going to be the biggest and baddest until the end of time. So I don't see anybody taking YouTube out anytime soon at all.
So I'm going to say one more thing about the YouTube, and then we're going to do the pros and cons, and then we're going to move to the next one because we are trying to keep it within 30 minutes. For YouTube side of it, I actually forgot what I was going to say. Wait a minute. This is
cons.
If I think about it, I'm going to come back to it. I just completely went blank. I don't know where I was going with it. I had it in my brain and everything. For YouTube, it's definitely if you decide to go with YouTube, you're looking for the extended year, like career. Like that, the longevity is in YouTube. YouTube, no matter what, isn't going to die anytime soon. With Twitch could die, don't know. Facebook could die before YouTube. I mean, YouTube and Google are tied up, and if you go into YouTube and you search up something, you more likely find a video on it. So
yeah, I mean, it just takes a matter of YouTube. I mean, it could happen. You never know. They get X amount of millions of dollars, and they're
it's
like,
gonna be a long time.
Well, I mean, they could just be like, hey, today we're gonna take those guys out. Let's get this much money and offer Twitch biggest streamers this much contract. Get them over here, and they're gonna run the show.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's not too far fetched. A big business move, I'm sure, but I think it could happen.
Yeah, could. So I'm gonna have you. You want to go over pros or cons? What one do you want?
Back and forth, it don't matter either.
Okay, so let's go with the pros. Pro is the sky is like unlimited. It's the career's longevity.
Yeah, absolutely. Another pro, if you do make it, once you make it there, you're not just going to be a famous streamer, YouTuber. That's going to open up millions of doors for you, whether it's, deals with movie stars, rappers, I mean, endorsements from other huge companies, running ads. You're going to have multiple people coming looking at you once you make it big on there. So it's not just going to be a YouTube career. This can turn into, I mean, a million different ones. Not a million, obviously, but you know what I mean. You're going to get paid not just from your videos. You'll get paid from ad revenue. You may what's the name? Producer may be like, hey, this guy's good. He's funny. I want him in my movie. Then you got a movie deal. I mean, unlimited opportunities pretty much there.
We're definitely not saying that you can't do these on Facebook or Twitch, because you definitely can.
Yeah.
We think that it is easier through YouTube.
Everybody's got a YouTube.
Yep. Let's
your
go
mom,
over the cons.
Your dad, your grandma, and your grandpa.
True.
So that's another pro. Throw in there real quick. Cons.
The user interface. The user interface, it takes a long time to get set up, a long time to go live. Because you have to get a thumbnail. It's a lot more work, but in the long run, it's a lot better.
Also, getting discovered on YouTube. It's tough. Obviously, and then getting, affiliated with it? 4,000 hours.
Yep.
So actually, you're going to be putting in some work. You're going to be dedicated and putting in work for sure if you're actually, dedicated towards what you're trying to do there. And a lot of people don't have that kind of time to put in.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you want to do it, you want to do it. You're going to do it.
Yep. Let's go on to Twitch, because we spent a lot more time on YouTube than what we thought. But Twitch. What can I say about Twitch? I left Twitch at the beginning of the year due to a lot of stuff that they were doing on the back end that I definitely did not like. And I believe you don't put all your stuff in one basket. I guess we'll go over pros at first, just because I feel like we need to. And we'll pull up how many people are actually on Twitch. The community on Twitch, outstanding. No, they perfected. They are the king of streaming right now.
Yeah, there's no better platform for streaming, live streaming than Twitch.
People go to Twitch just for live streaming. Let's see here. In February 2020, it had about 3 million broadcasters, and then 15 million daily active users. So
you gotta turn that pro right quick back into a con. It's only streaming. Mm-hmm. So if you got people wanting to watch videos, discoverability, you want to watch a short video or something, Twitch is the place to do it. So
I think we're definitely starting off. Twitch might be the absolute hardest one to get discovered on.
Yeah.
Not saying it can't be done. There are exceptions to the rules, but with Twitch, it's kind of hard to say, hey, you're just starting off, let's go to Twitch. I definitely think that if you do start with Twitch, you're going to have to put double the work in to try to go do another platform as well. If that's making, like, spend a little bit less time live streaming all these hours and put it into YouTube, making, like, YouTube content so it grows there, and then go back to that conversation of forcing people, like, pushing your Twitch channel, hey, go to my Twitch channel, go to my Twitch channel. I think that's a very big con for this topic.
It's hard for sure. Yeah.
What's another pro?
Another pro to Twitch? Way easier to get partnered and affiliated. For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, what is it? 50 follows? 50 follows, and then you need to have, I think, 5 people.
No, 3 concurring viewers.
Oh, is that what it is? 3 concurring viewers? Yeah, and then once you have 5 people in the chat at one time, and then that unlocks that for you. Boom, you're there. And then you get the next step.
The moderator side, man, I don't know if you looked into the moderation like screen, but the user face on it is just so clean. You can definitely tell they put in a lot of work for that end of it. They lack in a lot of other ones though, and I know as far as some YouTubers or some streamers that were on Twitch, they suggested, hey, make shorts. YouTube made shorts. YouTube is actually growing a lot more because of shorts. A lot of people suggested to Twitch last year that before YouTube came out, before YouTube sent it out. It just seems like they just don't know what to do anymore. Like they're not helping. It's like I feel like Twitch does not care about its viewers or its broadcasts or people streaming.
Feel that way too. Yeah, just like when there's several accounts where all of a sudden people's accounts, boom, they're banned for no reason. They don't know why. Well, someone in the background at Twitch decided to write a rule where you can't say this certain word or do this certain whatever, which was never there before, but then they decided that, well, that's a rule now. So it's very, very, bumpy road to the guidelines and stuff on there also, I think. There's definitely a con because you get banned for what? Sometimes people don't know. Look at what's a doctor? Disrespect. One of the biggest streamers on the platform making them a killing, and boom, they just knock them off there with no reason.
It's very hard to give Twitch like a praise about stuff, and I like I said, if you want to go straight for streaming, it is. Discoverability is not good. Their algorithm could be a lot better. I think if it was tweaked a little, I feel like the algorithm would be a little bit better. Have a browsable, not make it to where if you go to a game, it's showing you everybody in the list from highest to lowest. So whenever you're at the bottom of the list, you're having to scroll to try to get to them.
So you got someone's playing, 50,000 people are playing this game, and you're just starting out, you got 10 viewers. So 50,000 scroll all the way down to your 10, and that's where people are going to find you. So it's a lot harder to get people to find you on there for sure.
So, I like I said, I think as far as new streamers go, it's kind of hard to give it to Twitch. I think that if you're a starting off streamer, I think you have to do Facebook or YouTube. If you do Twitch, do YouTube as well. Do both.
Yeah, do two, not just one for sure. I think as
Yeah.
far as getting excited about streaming or whatever, Twitch is super easy. You go throw in your code, you click live, you're there, you're good, you're streaming. But that's probably the only best thing about it is you can get up and running on there fairly easy, fairly quickly.
I think for like practicing purposes, to get used to being in front of the camera, acting, like figure out how you want your style, build your brand, and all that. Twitch, go ahead, because not a lot of people are going to find you. However, Twitch, I will give it to Twitch as far as like starting off streaming. It prepares you for other type of content. I started off on Twitch. I decided, hey, I want to do more. I want to live stream and also make content. And that's why I moved to YouTube. I could have stayed with Twitch. I had an okay following on Twitch. But as far as I want to do a little bit more, it prepared me to be in front of the camera, I feel like now. So I will give that to Twitch. For preparing wise, I think Twitch got it from there. Because not a lot of eyes are watching you. Not a lot of your family members are watching you. So
if we're gonna have to pick one for beginner, what would be the best choice for a beginner? Are we gonna do a combo where if you're beginning, you want to stream on here and here first, and then try to move to this, or you think it's just one single platform? Brand new person that's never done it before wants to get in it. What do they go with?
I feel like we have to do the say the pros and cons of Twitch before we make that decision. I feel like we are a little bit over time, but it's fine. We'll make it work. I think the pros for definitely it's going to be the moderator screen, the community. The community is absolutely great. Subs as far as that goes, you get paid a lot more. In subs, the ads not so much. You get paid worse than ads. However, the subs make up for it. The usability of it, and preparing yourself for new events to come around for your new career that you decide. But I'll let you do the cons.
Cons definitely the like we just talked about was the algorithm. It's definitely, if you're just starting out, you don't have a bunch of people watching you, you're going to be bottom of the barrel on the watch list for any game you play. Doesn't matter what game you're going to play. I mean, and that's huge when you're first starting out because you want to find a following, and it's going to be tough to do doing that. Second, which would be, well,
the DMCA strikes.
Yeah, it's hard
Those
to
are
see.
crazy.
It's hard to talk about it because there's not really very many set rules of it.
I think they show favoritism towards their big streamers because that's what's making them all the money. But soon enough, the DMCA strikes are going to get out of hand because Twitch isn't really handling it the best they can. And I think lots of users are going to do active live bans. I think they're going to kick them off the platforms.
Tell everybody what the DMCA stands for because a lot of people may not know.
Oh crap! I don't know the acronym.
I don't know the exact words for it. It's
the acronym. I don't know the exact acronym of DMCA. DMCA is where music labels they if you're using like their music on your content, they can come through and claim it, and it hits, and that you can get sued for it.
Yeah, it's even happened to people like games, music. While you're playing a game, the music in the games, people have even got striked for the in-game music that the game they're streaming, not even actual musicians. So it's odd. It's a weird thing.
Yep. So another
third con for sure is all you can do is live stream. You can't put any other content up there. You're not going to have videos up there. You have your VODs, but they last 14 days and they disappear.
Yep.
So you got the short-term watcher. He's on a lunch break or something. He wants to hop on and watch a video of this game or that game. It's not going to happen for you on Twitch.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to go to Twitch just to watch a video. I'm sorry. Like, they're there to watch their favorite content creator live. And that's it. Like, no, they're not going to go there like, oh, I want to watch Black Tiez's video that was posted 4 days ago, and it's going to be gone in another 10 days. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
So, I do think now we can decide. I think for me personally, and I think the way I went, I mean, Twitch was great for a learning experience, but I believe if you was to start today, it's a little bit more work. It's a lot harder to get affiliated.
Never done it before. You're just starting.
YouTube hit hard.
Just solely only YouTube.
Yep. I think if we had to choose one platform to stick with, I think YouTube, because how versatile it is. You can make shorts. You can make videos. You can go live. You can make multiple if you want to do different styles. I mean, it really just depends up to you and how much work you want to put in. But I think with YouTube, the discoverability, a video can go trending all like crazy, like randomly. So I think for starting off, I think YouTube might be the play for me. And I think that's
it's all a roll of the dice. So why not roll the dice on the biggest platform out there where the sky's the limit?
Yep. But what about you? What would be your favorite? If you could choose
I don't know.
one.
If I only had to do one, if I had to pick one specific one only to ever use, I mean, going through all this and looking and reading about it all and everything, it's definitely, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't deny YouTube. Just like you said, if you want to live stream, you live stream. If you want to make shorts, you make shorts. You want to make videos, instructional videos, anything, montages of your kill streaks, whatever, YouTube. It's got it all. I mean, why would you not?
Yep.
Why would you go shop at a million different stores when you go to one store and get everything you need in one spot?
Yeah. So my last thing I'm going to say before we go, no matter what one you choose, it could be Twitch, it could be YouTube, it could be Facebook. You have to make other content. That's the only way you're going to grow. That means you're on Twitter, you're posting. If you're on Instagram, you're posting. If you're on Facebook, you're posting. Like, whatever one you decide to go with, it's your choice. It's your own career that you want to build in at the end of the day. You have to make other type of content or you're not going to see growth.
You're never going to have too much content out there either.
But we are 7 minutes over our period tonight. So we're thinking it's going to be the end of the podcast. I'll let you start the outro since I messed up the intro. And
I was going to say thank you, everybody, for stopping in. Geek Weekly, we'll be doing this every Sunday, every week. Definitely, if you guys have any suggestions, anything, any topics you'd like us to talk about or go over, definitely drop it in the comment section. And we appreciate everybody coming in and viewing.
So. And if you want to see this live, this will be live on youtube.com/blackties or twitch.tv/hooligan, unless he streams on Twitch, but we'll see it after this conversation if what he would do. However, this is going to be the end. Hope you guys all have a fantastic night. This is Black Tiez.
And Hooligan.
And we'll see you guys all in the next one.
Right? Thank you.
Bye.